Only 4 teams are higher than 9.5. One of those teams is in their division, and it is the Saints, who they do play in week 1. So let's go with New Orleans. They're at 10.5, their number. They start by bringing in Brady and Gronk. Week 2, they got to go open the stadium in Vegas. That'll be the first game ever in Vegas, the home opener there for the Raiders. And then Green Bay back in their building. So bang, bang, bang right out of the chute. They also play on Christmas at home against the Vikes. New Orleans is at 10.5. They start with Tampa Bay. How do you want to attack the Saints here, Brady?
I would take just the over again. I think at 11-5 sounds about right. This is a team that went 13-3 last year, and unfortunately was on the outside looking in, not getting that bye in the first round of the playoffs. And they're going to have to do better than that, obviously, this year, trying to get that #1 seed if they want to bye. But I think when you look at their schedule, they have a bye somewhat early, week 6. Not necessarily as much as you'd like it. We always try to have in the middle of the season, because you'd like to have a good enough amount of games to figure out what you're good at, what you're bad at, throw out the bad, bring in more of the good. So it's a little bit early for my standards. I think the toughest part is how it finishes. Really, when you look at the fact that November 29th up until December 20th, they're on the road. They're on the road for 3 straight weeks, back to back to back. And when they do come home, they get Kansas City. So that's the toughest part of their schedule in my mind. This team's got to stay healthy, and they're going to have to stay playing at a high level, and their defense is going to have to play better and finish better than they did last year.
All right, Pete Prisco, what do you think about New Orleans? This is a team that a lot of people just think they're going to keep on keeping on. They've had 3 straight years they got punched in the gut in the playoffs. Can they get to 11 again this year?
Yeah, I think they can. And part of the reason I think they can is because of this schedule. You look at some of their tougher games, and they're at home. They get the Packers at home, they get the Niners at home, they get the Chiefs at home, and they get the Vikings at home. That's a big advantage. I mean, if you had to flip that and go play on the road, that would be tough sledding for any team, no matter how good you are. So I do think when you look at the roster and the makeup and Sean Payton and a veteran team and Drew Brees coming back, I do think they're going to get to 11 like Brady, and maybe even 12. I think this team is talented across the board. When you try and point out weaknesses, there aren't a lot of them. So I would say they get over that number and get to 11.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.